We here? We talking? Is this working? I think it's working. Appreciate those bits. Super fun time. Force go. Hell yeah. Look at that sign drop. Here we go. Couldn't quite see it. Couldn't quite see it. Look at this. We're having a good time. How's everyone doing? Is everyone good? Good song. Hey Kyle. It's good. So check out if you're watching the stream, scroll down. Scroll down, scroll down. Below the stream. Look at that. Super Fun Time Force. Go. What a good name. What a killer name. You got those bits? That counts as a donation. It all counts. We got the Spelling Bee on Saturday. We be spelling Saturday. That's going to be so fun. Go Royals. Casual Brisket. That's a hell of a name. We got the Spelling Bee on Saturday. We're doing a We Be Spelling on Saturday. And look down below. You can see how you can become a speller. Top 6 donors are going to become a speller. So you donate $1, that's a point. You get a subscription, that's 5 points. Gift a subscription to anybody, that's 5 points for both of you. And we have that down below, so check that out. And let's, I mean, you know, I don't even know if we need a transition. We can just get right into the thing. Look at that. Look at that. There's the sign. There's the sign right there. Let's see if it drops again. Oh, ooh, it's over there. Oh, look at that. Look at that thing fall. Look at that thing fall. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. I know. Can you believe it? All I did was put off everything I had to do for days. Oh, what's up, Evan? Yeah. Happy it is the 21st of... Oh, wait. Wait for it. Look at that. Look at that. Now we're like lit. I just forgot to turn it on before. Feels alright. Feels alright. It's worth it. What is it today? 21st? 21st? Professional lighting. Can you believe that? I know, I'm a regular T-Few. I feel like such a good streamer, I have to start becoming wildly toxic. This is a good one, right? This feels alright. Feels good. We're out here. Maybe we can... Whoop. Feels like a little bit better framing right there, even. Maybe not. All the text of the chat is off because I made this stream a little bit bigger so you can see it a little bit better. There we go. There we go. We'll move that down so you can see it. What's everyone doing? I have a soundboard. I just don't have enough sounds. Where do you think all those game musics come from? Mike, happy birthday yesterday. Thanks for coming to work today. I can't do that frog thing. I hate that frog graphic so much. I don't know why. I don't know. Here's some stuff that's going on today. Look below. Straight down. We got the We Be Spelling Bee on Saturday. It's going to be like our first one. We're going to see how it works. I want you guys to be in it. We're taking the top 6 donors from the week, and you get to be in the Spelling Bee. If you don't want to do it, you can buy the spot, and then you can choose someone. So we have the leaderboard as of this morning down there. And you know, 1 point for $1 donated. Pretty much click on anything down there. It goes to donation page. 1 point for $1 donated. 5 points if you subscribe. 5 points if you gift a subscription to anybody. It's not that hard. You got Amazon. You can do it for free. Look at this. Check out. We're so close. Some of you are moving up on month 2. Look at once you get to month 2. Look at this. I got a little 2. Feels like an okay graphic over there. I don't have too many obnoxious sound effects. I do have, we're so close. I have laugh track. That's about it. Look at We Be Spelling, gifting a tear out to the animal. Thank you. That is, you've given 9? That's incredible. And now We Be Spelling is eligible to spell in their own bee. That'll be the thing. See, you know, basically just whoever ends up, our top 6 get to spell. You can even just donate. Anything like that. trying to get some money for good causes. Ourselves paying rent. You know, Alex puts on Weeby Spell, and he lives in Brooklyn. Can you imagine that rent? The leaderboard is just below. We didn't throw up the graphic just yet. I guess I could. The leaderboard is just below as of today. As of this morning. I don't know if it's changed. But here's the beater board I've been calling it. I'll throw it up here. There you go. There it is right there. That's our leaderboard right now. You know, a lot of people, you know, you're a subscription and $1 away from getting in there for sure. It's so fun. Go to weebyspelling.com and watch the clip. It's so fun. It's so much fun. But there we go. There we got our leaderboard right up there. That'll update at the end of the show today. Yo, what's up, Casual Brisket? Thank you. God, what a good name. What a good name. Can't believe it was available this late. We got Will Miles. We got Dan Van Kirk. What a show today. Who knows if we'll go 2 hours. We'll certainly have them both hanging out and see how long we go. We're using Zoom today instead of Skype. We'll see how that works. It just seems easier. Okay, here's what it is. Here's what it is. So everyone is on the same playing field, except if you have number 1. How do you pronounce your username? Opacity? Does this have to do with the spelling bee? Everyone is on the same level, except if you are the number 1 donor. If you are in first place, you get a do-over word. So if you're the number 1 person, you mess up your word, you fuck up in round 1, you get a do-over. So that's your incentive right there. If you're the number 1 person, which right now, if we throw that back up, I believe is Ponch, who said they might not even be here, so they might be giving their spot out to someone else. If you are number 1 on the donor list, you get a do-over. So that's cool. It's so fun. Spelling bee is gonna be so fun. I'm gonna be doing the words and definitions. Alex can be hosting the thing. You guys, he was in here yesterday. He's been in here playing games with us before. It's gonna be really good. 1 seed gets a mulligan. Exactly. You get 1 seed's first word could even be mulligan. Who knows? Are you ready as opacity? See, I know we talked about this yesterday, but I pronounced acai as acai one time, judging a spelling bee, and got ripped up. People, there's no one more defensive about the pronunciation of a word than a Brooklyn hipster hearing acai pronounced wrong. That's insane. They got so mad. We got a lot of Chicago people. These guys are both Chicago. Will Miles is a Chicago guy. Dan Van Kirk. We got a lot of Chicago people. Quinoa's good for that too. Yeah, there's a lot of... It's going to be fun. First thing we have to do is we're doing our new segment. Very fun segment. Segment everyone loves. Mostly me because there's no prep for it. This segment is called Read Kyle's Junk Email. Let's see if I got any junk email. Oh, I did. This is Read Kyle's Junk Email. What is everyone's just talking about? Foods that are pronounced weird? Pho? Yeah, pho. Is it... See, this pho you get is another sort of like shame spelling. It's almost like I could have a whole podcast called Never Pronounced It, where we just talk about words that people shamed us into pronouncing properly, and pho would be a big one for that. Pho, quinoa. This is turning into a super fun time. Force Go has moved into first place with $25.01. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's super dope. That's moving into first, which means everyone on the list is getting knocked down one tier there. So we haven't updated it yet, but you can see Zvimes, you've just been knocked off. I don't know why I chose that order there. I think it was just but so we got, you know, moving up into first. Haymaker of a donation, a Mike Tyson uppercut of a donation, moving into first place and getting to spell on Saturday. But let's take a look at this, the bottom of some junk email here. Here's an email that I got. Well, this is crazy. I got a call maker. This is, so here we go. I got a fake Walmart email. You can tell it's fake because it said, here, I'll throw a screenshot of the beginning of it up here so you guys can see how very realistic this email is. Here's what we're working with. Look at that. That's how you know it's fake. This message was sent by a trusted sender. Do I trust them? That's how I'm going to open up every email from now on. When I send it to someone, I'll be like, hey, it's Kyle. This message was sent from a trusted sender. And that's, that's what we're working with, is this fake Walmart email today. But it's the bottom that is so bizarre to me. This is what the bottom of this thing says. Let's see if it just lets me drag this right in here. The bottom of this email. Who's making this stuff? Who's making this? I don't even want to read it today. But look at this. This looks like they accidentally copy pasted every single scam email into one footer of one email. This is wild. There's a guy. You have to pronounce. All right, let's do it. We'll read this. Dear Uhizak Nizar Turks, welcome to the Enterprise Plus. That sounds like they're not sure about how to make a remake of Star Trek. Welcome to the Enterprise Plus membership experience. Your Enterprise Plus member number and username is, let me get this in the middle here so I can read it. Lykerbulmarif. Is this fake news? This just seems a little bit like fake news. I mean, this is incredible. This is a good one. This is so crazy, but we got to read it. This is only half of the email, but we got to go. Your membership delivers faster reservations and rentals and special members only line at major airport locations. Remember, this was an email for Walmart. If you remember what this actually had on top, this was an email for a Walmart gift card. Here's the second part. In addition, you'll be able to start earning points you can redeem for free rental days after you activate your rewards. Please allow 24 hours for system updates before activating. To get the most of your next day rental, simply go to http// just go to http// You guys see that sign fall every 5 minutes? http// that's the whole website. Log in with your member number, which once again, my member number is like, it's that nonsense. Thank you for choosing Enterprise. We look forward to making your next rental experience more rewarding. Let's get a little zoom. Simply go to http. I don't know why I'm so fascinated with these spam emails. So that it won't let me figure for some. Now look at this next paragraph. Why are they so fascinated? That's fun. I think copy and paste it into a text-to-speech robot would be very fun. Let me see if we can even... Do I have one of those on my computer? Does anybody know? Because I feel like we could get this thing going pretty quickly. If I do. Does Word have one? Have Siri read it aloud? You're right. Let's just get this thing copy-pasted in real quick. And see if we can have it read. I mean, this is going to be a nightmare. Guess how many pages it is? It's 6 pages. There we go. Someone got me a link here. I would rather use just throw it in that cloud than open up all these apps in here. This chaos going. I'm sure getting started for free. This is going to break it because Google's going to steal. We could probably get rid of it on here. Google's going to steal all my information, but then I'm also giving it spam information. So what's going to happen? Do you know what I mean? This is making me sign up for all this stuff. It has a free... No. I can't use that Google thing. It's trying to get me to sign up and put my credit card in. What is happening out here? With that? I can't put my credit card in there. Sorry, we got to go back into the some sort of app. See if Siri... I would like Siri's voice. I think it would be pleasant. Another one? We got all these links. Oh, I got your info here. The stream hasn't been crashing with apps. The thing that's been crashing the stream, here we go. We're reading it all. Let's see if it processes this thing okay. Thank you, Sid Venomous, for subscribing. Appreciate it. I hope it played the notification and the music. If not, I will play it again. There we go. All right.
Hi G, my name's Dylan Bustle and I work at Event Temple. Nice to meet you and thanks for requesting a demo. Joining me for a quick demo will be the fastest and most efficient way for you to see what the software is capable of. Did any of the times on our website work for you, and if so, were you able to schedule a demo okay? If not, just let me know and we'll find something else.
This is so dumb.
Book a demo with me here *IXFRK. Thanks for signing up and congratulations on your new NKAIXELT account. You'll find everything you need to get started below, and if you need additional help, there's a link to our support forum at the bottom. Account information username. Jaffu side Idaho. AHMD your account console.
Okay, yeah, we're having a stroke. We can't do that anymore. That is madness. That is madness. That is madness. Wow. Also, that thing did a pretty good job. It knew when it was words. It knew when it wasn't words. But wow. I mean, maybe we get down. There's some hot stuff going on here towards, we got some equals. We got the good names in here. That's it. That's a spam email. Fuller, that's really fun. Yeah, this has been madness. I know, Kevin. That is basically that's the voice that tries to pretend it's a person when you're trying to get information, and it's like, no, I am real. What can I help you with? All right, we got to do this real quick. We got a monologue we got to do. You guys know how the monologue works. This is here we go. Let me get rid of this. Let's close these things out. We don't need 800 windows open. Oh, Will's here. Hell yeah. Oh, I see him now. I see him. I'm so dumb. I'm like, Will, where are you? All right, let's do it. We know how the monologue works. I don't have the music for it yet. This is the monologue as though there is not a pandemic and we are just in a normal monologue and doing normal sort of monologue jokes like nothing is wrong. We all know this, right? Normal monologue as though the monologue is normal and everything is out and normal. Is that, I don't remember if that's the right thing. So today, I forgot I had a graphic for this one. Everyone needs to, where did that graphic go? Everyone needs to shut your eyes because I didn't put the graphic in. Is everyone shutting their eyes? Is everyone shutting their eyes? Did you guys shut your eyes? Maybe you didn't. Maybe you missed it. Anyways, there's the graphic. I got the graphic ready. All right, everyone open your eyes. We're ready. Here we go. It's a monologue as though everything is normal and nothing crazy is happening. And we're just doing normal, regular monologue jokes. Today is Tuesday, April 21st. I will let you guys know today's monologue accidentally became all jokes about depression. You guys hear about depression? You hear about this? Here we go. This is a normal monologue. This is actually accidentally all depression joke monologue from Kyle. February, what is it? April 21st. Here we go. Normal monologue jokes, but they're all actually depression jokes, so it's not as this time. A study, you guys see this? A study showed over the last 15 years, counts of depression gone up by 210%. You guys see this in the news? Gone up by 210% in the United States, though this could possibly be attributed to a rise in awareness. Either way, if you're depressed like me, here's a pro tip. When you wake up, make your bed every day. Get in a routine. That way, you can spend all day laying around in a freshly made bed. There we go. Here we go. Did you guys hear this? Tennis person Maria Sharapova officially retired last year and said that this layoff has only reinforced that idea. Some were saying this is yet another Serena Williams rival to retire. Serena has beat Sharapova 19 straight times. That's not a rivalry. Saying Serena and Sharapova are rivals is like saying depression and I are rivals. I have also lost 19 times in a row. There we go. Feels appropriate with no laugh track today. But yeah, that is the thing. Depression is wild. Sweeping bouts of depression creep in. That's what they say, right? They say sweeping bouts of depression are creeping in. The bouts of depression creep in like kids in movies creeping in after they sneak out for the night. It thinks it's being quiet, but everything is so loud and it's tripping over everything. And I've been sitting here on the couch waiting for it to get home this whole time anyways. And last one, here we go. Let's get this graphic ready. Something will always happen. They'll tell you something will happen where you can tell your depression is back. What was it for me last time? Well, I Googled this. There we go. That's our monologue here for the day. Not really related to anything going on. I hope everyone enjoyed it. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling okay. I'm sorry there were jokes were all centric to that, but that's what we're doing. So We're going to be right back. We're going to get our first guest in here. Roller Coaster Tycoon was the best. Remember, if you guys want to do the spelling bee, down below, you can check out that, get all that information there. That is on Saturday. I will be right. Check out this be right back graphic. Look at this. Look at this thing. Look at this. Oh, and it falls down. There we go. We will be right back.
Well, I've always been a runner from town to town, trailing that sunrise, drugged up and down, trying to find a red star in a valley, looking for a good way to keep on smiling. I'm looking for a change of pace, then I'll be on.
Yeah, what's up, man? How's it going?
Let's start a movement without a purpose for a change of pace. So I borrowed a little money from a bookie to buy a house out in the mountains. I am for a hillside.
All right, everybody. Our first guest has been on Comedy Central, and what we're going to do is we're going to show you a stand-up clip of his right now. Everybody, please give it up for this clip, and then the real person of. All right, everybody, please give it up for our first guest today. I hope you enjoyed his clip, Will Miles. What is up, Will? You can unmute.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will and I were just having a one-sided conversation. Everyone says great set. They like the set. A half whip nay. All right, this is fun. Oh, this is
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Alex Greer is here saying hi.
What's up, Alex Greer?
Will,
Man,
a veteran of the Weeby Spelling Bee as well.
Absolutely, man. That was so much fun.
Yeah. So Will, how you been holding up? I know you were in the process of thinking about working on moving.
Yeah, we're trying to figure it out before the baby comes. The rapper the baby is gonna move in with us.
That's these rents are because yeah, Will is about to be a longtime listener, first time dad. When?
End of July.
It's so
So we're
soon.
trying to get. I mean, it's insane to even look right now because it's like, all right, well, we'd like a bigger space for this kid,
Yeah.
and then it's like, yeah, but all right, good fucking luck, man.
Yeah, it seems like it's either it'll be hard to find something, but you might find some. I keep having this weird thought that it's got to be you could find some crazy deal because no one's moving right now.
I know, but that's not even. I mean, a lot of places the rent is going down,
Yeah.
so that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, and then it's like I'm also looking at like because entertainment's, who knows, might be dead. But
Yeah, right. It's like, what do you do for a living? In this world, I literally nothing that I ever did.
It's like I think teach, I guess, again. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like we'll see. You guys want TV still in 6 months?
Right.
I don't know.
Maybe I'll write for that show that Toby from The Office is making, where they just work on Zoom all day. That's a real show.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. The guy. I mean, I'm sure he is tired of being called Toby from The Office.
I'm sure.
Who do you think has it?
That's the most hated character.
Yeah. Who do you think has it? Has that the most in their life? Do you think it's Kramer? Where they've like people just yell one thing at that. Well, Kramer, has two things now.
Yeah.
But
Kramer maybe likes the association with Kramer more than
he's like, please tell me you remember Seinfeld.
Do you still like me?
Guys, our next guest we're going to show a stand-up clip of is we have Michael Richards on here. Yeah, people are saying Macaulay Culkin. That could definitely.
Oh, yeah, because what is he, Kevin? I mean, but people still call him. I mean, they probably yell Home Alone at him.
How many times?
Kevin.
People just got to do this at his face.
Yeah. I saw him at, what's the place across from Knitting Factory, the barbecue spot?
Fat Sal?
Fat Sal. I saw him at Fat Sal a lot. after or before Knitting Factory,
Yeah.
and the urge to yell out something to him was like unbelievable.
He seems
Where it's like,
wildly
yeah,
grounded for what his life was between being like the most famous child actor maybe ever,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
everything with
yeah,
like his friendship with Michael Jackson and the fallout of that. Not even for him
yeah.
personally, but how he, because he stuck with Michael Jackson kind of through everything. And then he said this.
It's in
Now
the doc, yeah.
now he kind of is running. He's in he's in that Velvet Underground band.
Pizza Underground.
Pizza Underground, yeah, and I saw them one time at the Brooklyn Bazaar.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And then he also has sort of his like media company that he does, a little bit similar to how Joseph Gordon-Levitt just kind of has a media company. I think if you just your face never ages, you have to have a media company. But he seems
That must be
happy.
it. I mean, they both. I like Joseph Gordon-Levitt. They both seem happy.
Someone said Joffrey, the kid who played Joffrey from Game of Thrones, I think he quit acting until like last year because of it.
Really?
He was
and Jonathan Taylor Thomas too, right? Didn't he quit
yeah.
acting?
I mean that
He do real estate, I think.
The kid who was Joffrey was so good that, and his face is so specific.
Is he the one who jumped off the building?
No, that's his brother. He's the younger.
Okay.
Oh no, not in the first episode. Have you not seen Game of Thrones?
No.
Oh, he's like
I saw
the
first episode.
He is like a very noticeable, hateable, punchable. You know when someone's like, not only are you good at this, but your face is so infuriating.
Yeah. Like I saw someone talking about the guy from High Fidelity, and he's also an obvious child. He's the boyfriend who like you're like, come on, man, just fucking do it. He plays that character all the time.
Yeah,
I forget his name, but yeah.
John Cusack.
No. High Fidelity, the show.
It is weird to think about these people who you're in a thing, and then that's the thing everyone not only, but they yell it at you. People probably.
I wish I had that, but yeah.
Yeah, I would love any of those things. I'll be Olaf in a heartbeat.
Yeah, it's like, okay, you remember me from one thing? Great.
Yeah.
I'm not the unmemorable character from the background of that thing you once watched.
It is crazy. Yeah, someone said Jar Jar. Yeah, I'm sure Jar Jar Binks is struggling, and I just like to picture Jar Jar trying to like eat lunch, and then people like at Squirrel or someplace in Los Angeles, and people are just screaming at him.
Holy shit, Star Wars!
Hey, you're from Star Wars. You're a Star Wars.
Hey, you must know the guy with all the shit on his face and the staff.
Will, so how you keep him busy? Prepping for a child, I would imagine, does a lot of it.
Yeah, prepping for child is a lot. Re-cleaning and cleaning certain things in the house.
Yeah.
Rearranging this room a lot. This is our what's going to potentially be the baby's room.
Yeah.
Right now I do some writing in here, but we'll see how that goes.
I hope the baby likes former comedy events.
Hey, look, your mom and dad once had comedy albums.
Yeah, it's so funny. Oh man, I can't even. Yeah, it's got all those posters up. That's what it's so funny. Think about the art that I have. I'm like, right. I hope people like this artist rendition of Ron Jeremy from a porn show I used to run.
By the way, remember that show? And then how much he was.
This was
about
crazy.
Tigers.
Oh my god! What if it was?
Because during Tiger King, I kept being like, "Yo, I wonder if some of these are the Tiger guys that."
Oh my god! I didn't even think about this. I don't know if I've ever told everyone on the show. Yeah.
Oh really?
I mean, so
the whole night he kept bringing up tigers.
He tried to bring a tiger to the knitting factory. So everyone's like, I don't know if I've told this story before to the people who are watching the show, and we've got a lot of people in here watching stuff, and I love you all. So I used to run the show called First Comes Love. Will was on it all the time, and basically it was people acting out adult film scripts I got from Craigslist. I pretended I ran a porn company. I asked people for these scripts. I don't know why we don't do readings of those on here. And so one time through the Brooklyn Comedy Festival, we booked Ron Jeremy to be in my comedy show. Yeah. And we were all like, yeah, sure, let's do it. I mean, what could go wrong besides just so many things? And yeah, Dan Shar, who's in the chat, submitted to First Comes Love just from the email. And so Ron Jeremy is on one, and he shows up, and I'd sent him his script. He was playing Cosby in a Cosby, I was swinging really hard with this. I was like, it's either gonna all happen or it's not gonna happen. So someone submitted a Cosby Show spoof, for a porn parody of the Cosby Show. And Ron Jeremy comes with, it couldn't have been at first nicer. Very professional, very normal guy. He is here at Knitting Factory. His group were just the weirdest. I mean, if you can imagine the hangers-on of an aged-out porn star. These are the people who are lingering with him now, thinking they can make it. All of his, I don't know if it was his, and he comes up to me and he's like, hey, we start talking about the show a little bit, and he tells me, he's like, don't tell them it's a Cosby Show thing or they won't let me do it. He's like, I didn't tell them. Don't tell him. And which I guess is a nice thing of him to, you know what I mean? He knows his manager will be like, we can't get footage of him making fun of Cosby in a porn show out. Imagine somehow having the thing that could ruin Ron Jeremy's career.
Yeah.
And so he comes and he's very nice. He's memorized, which is crazy. I was like, you memorize? He's like, he goes, my whole job has been memorizing one lines. And then he starts talking about how he knows all these guys with tigers all the time. He's like talking to everyone one-on-one. And he tells me, he's like, should I bring a tiger to the show, like a baby tiger? And I'm not the person to ask. And I just say yes. And so he pulls out his flip phone, which is incredible. And he goes in his phone to like Jeff Tigers NYC.
Yep.
So then we all start talking. We're like, does he know 2 Jeffs with tigers? Does he know 2 tiger guys in NYC? Does he know 2 Jeffs in New York City? And
Jeff Tiger guy Austin.
Right, exactly. Like, who is the other tiger guy? And so he's like, calls Jeff and he's like, I'm at Knitting Factory. Do you think you could bring one of the baby tigers down here and have him for the show? It would be so funny. And we're all like, this is going to be insane. And he keeps telling us, he's like, look, they're so small. They're so small. They can't. I felt like Trump. They're so small. The smallest tigers. Yeah. And then all of a sudden the Knitting Factory in Williamsburg, all of a sudden the manager of the Knitting Factory comes back and she's like, I don't know why I have to say this. And I don't know who this is for, but no live tigers are allowed here.
That was insane.
And so he cancels the live tigers. What a buzzkill. And he was really nice. He got a little drunk and he got a little creepier as the night went on. But it was one of the saddest things I've ever seen is he just fell asleep in a booth holding a taco.
Yeah.
Remember there was like a taco bar out front from the festival?
Yeah.
He fell asleep holding a taco in a booth while music was so loud.
It was like, yeah, the bands were after. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like Julian or Evie, the Brooklyn Comedy Festival guys, were like, we got to get him out of here. Yeah. So that's the story about Will having a kid.
Yeah. Trying to tell like family and friends as they watch the Tiger King doc about this story also has been kind of fun.
Yeah. So I mean, I hadn't even thought about it. He for sure has to run in the circle with maybe not the Oklahoma guy, but the dude from like Virginia.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I kept being like, yo, I think I know the guy. I was like, yo, Ron Jeremy kept trying to get a tiger. I bet it was from the same guy. And to say that out of context is alarming to any friends and family. They're like, what are you talking about? First of all, do you know Ron Jeremy? It's like, no, my friend Kyle.
Yeah, no. I'm 1 degree separated from Ron Jeremy. Also, it's got to be the weirdest path anyone would take to get a hold of a tiger. To get a tiger, I have to go through my friend Ron. Most people would use their tiger friend to get to Ron Jeremy. But we're like, I think I could use my Ron friend to get to Tiger Guy.
He's gonna at least get the Tiger Prince. But,
oh god, it is so bizarre. Sometimes the pictures pop up and it's so bizarre to even remember when that happened. And now with how this
pictures
is
from pre-2016 look insane.
It doesn't feel like we'd be allowed to have that much fun anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Since 2016, no person who's like in the least bit smart is having fun.
I mean, that's about when I quit running First Comes Love. And it does feel like people are like, why did you stop? What is this? I'm like, I don't know. It just didn't feel like I'm allowed to passively have fun anymore.
Yeah. A Brooklyn audience is not ready for like jokes after 2016.
No, they would be very much like, also, what is this in the vein of? And what is this? Where did these come from? Is this, I mean, if people had their scripts on the show, I paid them. I would contact them, but it was such, it just felt like the time for that show ended when the world pivoted towards the end of time.
You know, where we are now.
Exactly. So you do you find that you're able to stay productive and stuff through all this?
I need deadlines, so that helps. Where like if I get somebody to give me a deadline, then I can do something.
Oh, I didn't even get to tell you happy 420 yesterday. Happy Bulls doc on Sunday. What a week for non-work things for you.
For me and Dwayne Wade.
Yeah. For you also, you former Chicago resident. Why didn't I have that lower third ready to put on here for you right now?
Exactly. Me and Barack, same titles.
Do you ever write a joke and you know it's going to be good, or you have a joke that always does really well, and then you're just excited to get that out there? You're like, once I do this, no matter how everything is, you know, the people who made that doc were like, even the people who are only watching this because they're being asked to, who don't care about the Bulls, are going to laugh at this.
You mean like my wife? Yeah.
It's so funny.
Where it's like, no, you have to watch this. This is my whole life coming to this.
Truly an incredible documentary.
Thing.
I saw
it is great.
Yeah. I saw Rory Scovel said something so funny. He goes, Scottie Pippen's agent declined being interviewed, right?
Man, 7 years, and it couldn't be it's the literal best 7 years.
What people don't what will surely come out is he made more money in his basketball career than Jordan.
In Portland. Right?
In Portland, he has like $128 million contract, the next contract after this one, and had a couple of good years, but it is wild, and it is so crazy. Scotty's like, I only made this little of money, and all my family are in wheelchairs. And you're like, oh, Scotty.
Here's my picture of 14 family members, including my parents and my brothers.
My dad was in a wheelchair, and then my brother got sneezed on in PE, and now he is also in a wheelchair. And here's
this is where we grew up. It's all dirt.
I'm watching this whole Bulls doc, and I'm thinking, how many second camera crews did they send out? And they're like, just get us B-roll of the saddest basketball hoops you can find.
Man. Give us James Naismith's basketball hoop.
I know. They're like cutting the bottom of a peach basket out or whatever. All right, Will, we got a game we're gonna play real quick. Oh, I didn't boast you. Oh no.
Oh shit.
I want to introduce I've been wanting to introduce every guest, so when I edit this clip, I'm gonna make it look like Will was just coming on the show. I've wanted to boast the comedians as I bring them on every day. You guys aren't familiar, I have a show called Boast Rattle. I'm sort of trying to push this stream to be a concoction of all of these shows. So Boast Rattle, nice roasting, head-to-head compliment contest. I thought it would be fun to write boast jokes about all of the comedians as I bring them on every day to introduce them. And I forgot to, because Will and I talked for 5 minutes before he even came on. I have a laugh track. Will, you won't be able to hear the sound effects, sadly, Will. But here we go. So Will Miles, boast jokes. You guys know boast. You'll get it after one, hopefully. They're nice roast jokes about Will Miles. Here we go. It's hard to set up a bit when I can't, like, what am I gonna, like, move out of frame and be like, okay, good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Here we go. Will Miles, everybody. Will Miles is here. Please give it up for Will. Will is so generous that he actually pays for a Netflix account. That's how generous he is. Will Miles is so positive. That's true. One of the most positive people I've ever met. Will is so positive. The only way he could upset people is if he was an HIV test. I like that one. Will's comedy is like the movie Up. It'll make you laugh, and 15 minutes in, you might just find yourself crying. Will Miles, everybody. Please give it up for Will.
I love it.
I thought those felt good. They felt good. Maybe I should have done the HIV one last.
Oh, also, another fun thing about Kyle, your Conan set, I also texted, or I was watching it with people, and I was like, hey, this is about me.
Oh,
and then
yeah,
you said
yeah.
Will.
Yeah.
And I was like, I told you it was about me.
Yeah, Will is the
Yeah.
Will from the karaoke joke, and that is the only abbreviation the joke is allowed to have.
Yes.
I mean, it's always so wild. I feel like I'm clean. Do you know what I mean? As a comedian,
Yeah.
I don't really curse. I don't really even talk about anything like sexual that much. But if you see my set list, it's like N-word karaoke, Chick-fil-A gay dad. And it's like, people are like, what is this? Steal someone's email. And they're like, what is any of the jokes? I'm like, but I write down I don't know. If you see the set list, it's a lot different than it looks. And it's like depression. But then really, I don't know. It's, yeah. I have a joke about Oreos that's written down as like eat ass joke. And really it's about like
Amazing.
Oreo on Twitter.
Yeah. That night was fun, by the way. Was that the night that you got too high?
Oh my God. Night? Oh yeah, this would have, man, we should have had you on yesterday. This is the ultimate high thing to do, is have the 420 guest on the day after and tell these things. That was like a weed show Will and I did. This is 2013 probably.
Was that Noah Garden Sources or Andy Haynes?
I don't remember.
Joe Cocozello. Yeah.
Joe Cocozello.
Yeah.
Hope he's happy wherever he is.
I know, me too. I think he's a senator or something. Can't be true though. But maybe it is.
We did a show. This thing happened back so if you guys remember, a long time ago there used to be live comedy, and even way before that, weed used to be illegal. And once it was on the cusp of being legalized, we incarcerated every person who was selling it and started letting people who owned lofts sell it instead. And it's insane. So we were in Bushwick doing a show sponsored by a weed company. And someone just said in the chat, I used to walk to live comedy uphill both ways. That's so funny. Wow. So we were doing a show sponsored by a dispensary in a neighborhood ravaged by drug war culture. And the show, everything was weed stuff there. Everyone is high. It's in a basement in Bushwick, in Brooklyn, of one of those fancy but shitty lofts. Do you know what I mean? The ones where there's like fake graffiti in the lobby, but then everything is
a vegan world-class chef who made all weed food.
Yeah, like a Michelin weed chef.
Yeah.
And there's weed in the cider, which I didn't know. I thought it was just apple cider or whatever.
Yes.
And we get so high. I mean, so high. I didn't know any of it was going to happen, and I'm up so I kept getting pushed back, and I just kept getting higher and higher and higher. And Will, you're pretty good at like performing high, and you also know your limits. We'd also been
that night, I don't think.
Yeah, and even earlier that night, we had gotten high at Karen Fian's birthday thing. Yes. So we eat these weed cookies. I don't know they're weed cookies, so I have 2 or 3 before someone tells me they're weed cookies, and I have to stop. And then we walk to a show in Bushwick, get more high, and I'm starting to like have a play. You know when you're trying to hold it together and just holding it together, you're realizing you're not doing any normal stuff, how any normal people behave. I'm like, I'm like, this is how I always stand. And so I'm just standing in a corner like this, and you're like, what is standing? Have I ever used my hands in my whole life? And so then you're just sort of like holding them up like this and just kind of holding still. And I think the show's like you and me and the Lucas brothers and Will Winner.
Yeah.
And Kelly Festuca, I remember, was there. And I got so high. I remember in my set, I kept asking where my hat was. And eventually Will Winner goes, "You are wearing your hat." But my head was so tingly. The stage also looked like that scene from The Matrix where he takes the pill. It was like one big red leather chair. And so dark, and I had such a panic attack. You had done your set and like gone to a bodega, I think.
I feel like I did. Maybe the Lucas brothers had or were they last that night? That would make more sense.
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember exactly what, but I had such a panic attack on stage. I started accusing everyone of giving me the light and getting really mad at them, and I was like, everyone is not responsible. And then I went outside and I started like throwing up. I was so high, and I was like, I just need some water. And then from around the corner, here comes Will out of nowhere holding 2 bottles of water, one in each hand. No one walks like this. And then you come over and you just hand me a bottle of water, and then you just start drinking it, and then you help me get a cab and go home in this bottle of water. I'm like, the next day I woke up, I'm like, is there a Will Miles, or did I dream this whole person? Because I was so high, and then you just had 2 bottles of water coming around the corner with like the bag like dangling where you carry it here, and I was like, this is incredible, saving my life.
You know what? I think you didn't even realize. I think you might have been like, I need water. And at that point, we were all like, nothing is trustworthy in this house to drink.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
I think I was like, I'm going to go to the bodega and get real stuff.
Yeah, you need a sealed container.
Yeah.
Oh, that was wild. That was a high time.
Yeah, that was crazy.
There was such a weird influx of shows, privately ran, basement, indie, Brooklyn comedy shows ran by companies that
in Brooklyn, right?
Yeah, all in Brooklyn, and then you're just like, who are you? Where are you from? What is legal? How are we allowed here? And then you could just see everyone who lived there except one person hated that it was happening.
Yeah.
There was a brief time where it was comedy and stuff in Brooklyn was kind of what everyone thought it was all the time.
Yeah, somebody's house.
All independent. Yeah. It kind of went away. I don't know. It feels weird. Now I don't know where the cool stuff is anymore. When I go back to New York, you're kind of like, well, people are all kind of working at these clubs, and Knitting Factory is still going.
So shocking. Yeah. People working at the clubs is like, we weren't working at clubs in 2013, 2014.
No.
We were like going around doing the most indie shit.
They didn't seem to care. They didn't seem to be as interested in cusp comedians back then.
Yeah.
And then now it's like, I think with all the influx of just Instagram clips, they just need to book way more people or something, or Comedy Central books everybody. I'm not sure. Oh man, I'm glad we got that boast up there. All right, I want to play a quick game we play here called 10 rapid fire questions to learn more about our guest. And then, oh wait, there might be up to 10 more rapid fire questions 4 more times. Wait, it's 50 random fire questions. I hope that came out okay. I'm not sure. So how this game works, we got a little music playing here. You're going to give me a number between 1 and 50, and I'm going to ask you some rapid fire questions from that range of numbers. 22. All right, here we go. What board game makes you, Will, the most competitive?
Monopoly.
Monopoly. What's your strategy?
Buy everything.
Just buy up, just spend it all as fast as you can?
Yeah, spend it all really fast and then get rent.
Are there any companies whose online presence you truly hate?
Oh, I mean, more than I like.
Yeah. And please don't mention any of our sponsors, Wendy's and Geico and T-Mobile.
Oh, I'm a Geico and Wendy's loyal customer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I subscribe to Wendy's.
Yeah. Who don't I like? I mean, there's so many I don't like. I don't know.
Yeah.
I hate that Rise Up commercial.
Oh, yeah.
It really bothers me, even though it's like so genuinely good for the world and everything and all that. But I mean, there's no time for that.
Sometimes I hate when you can feel what a commercial's trying to do to you.
Yeah. Every commercial right now, it's like, granted, you're great, but also you are using this as marketing.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
Like, sure.
Did you see that supercut of COVID commercials that someone made where everyone is slow piano? Everyone calls themselves. They showed how all of these commercials are identical by cutting up like slow piano, and then we are a family, and then these are trying times, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what ad agency decided this was the way to do it?
Right, and tricked everyone into like a bulk ad they made.
Yeah.
All right, next question. What YouTube video always makes you laugh?
Ooh. Anything from the show that Paul Provenza used to host, where you do stand up on the spot. Those always make me laugh.
Yeah.
What's it called? Set list.
Set list. Yeah, that is always fun. You have a set list set, don't you?
Not online. I don't think. Maybe. I did. That was one of my favorite shows to do.
It's always so fun.
Prepared.
Yeah, I know. And this is like, now the net is there because everyone knows it's not prepared. All right, next one. How did you spend the money from your very first paycheck in your life?
Oh man. I think I bought a pair of, I bought Mexican food.
Mexican food. Nice.
What was a lot of it? Yeah.
What was the job?
I got hired to paint a mural for an insurance company when I was 14.
Nice. That's
with
great.
3 other people. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, next question. What's a small act of rebellion that you've done before?
Unfollowing people. No, I blocked Piers Morgan about 4 years ago.
Oh, you're even ahead of the curve with that one.
Yeah. Once Trump started like running for office, I was like, I'm gonna block Piers Morgan. I don't fuck with this guy.
Can a house cat be too big?
Absolutely.
Should people have to retake their driver's test at any point in their life after age 16?
No, because I have to and I don't want to.
What is a talent that you wish you had?
Anderson .Paak being him.
Oh, that's the wishing for more wishes of that right there. I would like to be better at everything than everyone I work with.
Yeah.
But also they love me.
Also the nicest guy.
What do you want to happen to your body after you die?
Every part goes to someone who needs it.
Great. What's the worst fashion trend you've participated in?
Baggy cargo jeans.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
I hope baggy clothes never come back. It's impractical.
I didn't really enjoy them. Yeah, the Billie Eilish thing makes me think it's coming back though.
Yeah, the good thing is I can always use the excuse of I probably shouldn't be dressing the same as Billie Eilish.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's just not for me anymore. Someone said that April is National Donate Life Month. You can go sign up to be an organ donor. That's always a good thing.
I am an organ donor.
I'm also.
Baby.
I am in. Did you know that if you donate to presidential election in the Pacific Northwest, you can become an organ donor, folks? Next question. Do you like musicals?
Not the general musical.
Okay. And 2 more questions. What sort of socks do you wear most frequently?
Vans gray socks every day.
I can always tell how delayed the stream is when I make a joke like organ donor and then a minute and a half later someone types God damn it into the chat. I'm like, I know exactly where the stream is at. All right, last question. What conspiracy theory do you maybe sort of believe?
Oh my God. Like all of them?
All of them?
Aliens exist, that lizard people exist, and that we will get to Mars at some point very soon.
2 of those feel like science, Will, and one of them feels like lizards.
Yeah.
That's how they get you. They rope in lizards into... there's definitely aliens. The odds are that there's aliens. We'll probably for sure go to Mars.
It's insane to believe. Yeah, exactly. It's insane to believe there's no aliens. It's like, you think they just made one planet with life? I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a numbers game. If you throw all this stuff out there and there's infinite stuff, there'll be 2 of the same thing almost.
Yep.
Just a numbers game.
Children with CF who struggle, let's help them. I agree.
Yeah. I mean, we got conspiracy one. Everyone thinks I only wrote 10 questions. I got a lot of questions on here. We just don't have to go through. We went through 50 of them the first day, and you know what? The bit wasn't worth it. Okay. The bit was not worth it at all. Well, Will, thanks for coming and hanging out with us.
Thank you, man. This is fun. Always.
Has you got anything going on? You want to send people in any direction? I think you're Mr. Will Miles kind of across the board, right?
Yeah, Mr. Will Miles across the board. I put up a new clip about the musical Cats to give you an example of how much I don't like musicals. And
my most recent thing is answering your question.
And I put that on all the socials. Southside on Comedy Central is available to watch for free on ComedyCentral.com.
And you know what's notoriously easy to navigate is Comedy Central's website. I mean, I love
it's like
them.
My favorite job ever too.
And Southside and Detroiters and Review and Corporate are all these shows that are so good that I worry people can't find not on the air easy enough because Comedy Central's website is insane.
I need more people to watch Review. I mean, I obviously need them to watch Southside too and all that stuff.
I would think everyone should go. Comedy Central's website kind of feels like it's from 2008 or something like that. Where it's just a little difficult to navigate the videos, I guess is all I'm saying. But it's worth it because all of them are good shows.
Great shows. Review is still one of my top 2 shows ever.
I think Pancake's comedy or Pancakes Divorce Pancakes is the funniest episode of television that's ever existed.
Absolutely. It's like what we're all trying to make, basically. It's like, damn, this show is so fucking good.
I know. This guy got to Anyways, Southside on Comedy Central. Go watch that. And everyone, please give it up for Will Miles. Will, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Look at that. They're putting links of it up in the people putting links in there for us.
Oh, hell yeah. Thanks, y'all. Alex, you're the man.
Thanks, buddy. We'll talk to you soon. Best of luck.
Thank you. You too.
We'll talk again before July, I would hope.
Yeah. I would imagine. Yeah.
See you, buddy.
Later, man. Thanks.
Oh, look at that. Will Miles. Will. He still can see me and hear me because I haven't kicked him out of the meeting yet. Oh, Will Miles. We're clapping for Will. So fun. Great time. All right, everybody. We're going to take a quick break. And then we're going to come back. We're going to premiere a new Never Seen It video. And then we got Dan Van Kirk in here. Look at us doing this whole show. Where did my Be Right Back thing go? Is this it? There we go. Folks, we will be right back.
I know a man, he could give me therapy. What's the use of therapy? You don't want to change, babe. I talk too much when I got nothing to say. Maybe it's to get away. It's easier to walk away. I gotta find the time to let love in. I gotta find myself and let love in. Don't think too much, it just complicates things. No room for judging to heal me. I know you're there, I just cannot see it. Maybe I don't believe it. You deserve better, babe. Yeah, just walk the walk and talk the talk. Show yourself you're for real. You never know what you lost until you're alone with your thoughts. La la la, la 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 la, keep on keeping on. Yeah, just walk the walk and talk the talk. Show yourself you're for real. You never know what you lost until you're alone with your thoughts. I gotta find the time to let love in. I gotta find myself and let love in. La la la, la 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 la.
All right, everybody, we are rolling back in here. So what we got right now is premiere. We got some in-studio footage from an episode of Never Seen It with Demi Adejuwibe. Very funny comedian. I'm talking over, even though it says it'd be right back. I'm here. We all know what's happening. Look at that. I'm here now. Now I'm here. Look at that sign fall. God, what a good sign. So let's just in studio footage. If you're not a big, never seen it-er, if you're not familiar with it, what that is I have comedians rewrite famous movies and TV shows they've never seen, and we read their scripts, and we have some studio footage from the long, long ago when we used to hang out together and do these things in person. And we're going to show that right now. Remember, this Saturday, I'm going to keep saying it, this Saturday we're doing a We Be Spelling Bee. You can be in the Spelling Bee. Look down below. There's all the information. Donations and subscriptions is how you become a contestant in the Spelling Bee. And I would appreciate it. And honestly, following the show and subscribing helps me out as well. But our top 6 donors, which is any dollar you donate is a point, any subscription you have or donate is 5 points. And our top 6 people down below are going to be in the Spelling Bee on Saturday with some other people. It'll be very fun. And so that's down below. You can donate. You can subscribe. If you haven't yet, you can follow the show, and I appreciate that as well. And that's it. So the We Be Spelling, just check that out down below. You can also read it afterwards, and it's all down there. The cutoff is Friday. This is so Demi Adejuyigbe, very funny comedian. He has 76 million followers on Twitter. I don't know if that's an accurate number, but it feels close. He's so funny. He had never seen The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. He had never seen The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, but he rewrote it. And here is us reading his script at Starburns. I miss Starburns as well. We're joined by Dan Sheehan, but Demi Adejuyigbe has never seen The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Here is that scene right now.
I've never seen it.
All right.
The sound of the American West.
Interior, saloon, morning. Sunlight shines through the windows of an empty saloon. The room is quiet, only the sound of shuffling glasses can be heard as the bartender, mid-30s, mutton chops, dusts behind the bar. A drunk man, 50, also has mutton chops. Everyone in this film has facial hair for some reason. Sits at the counter, unmoving.
All right, George, I'm going to need you to get on out of here.
Fuck off.
Buddy, you need to go home.
You're not the fucking boss of me, and I ain't your buddy. If you want me out of here, you're going to have to get the sheriff.
George, you know as well as I do that the sheriff in this town is a huge damn wimp, just a real big pussy. One of the weakest, ineffectual men that's ever existed. He ain't going to do anything about this. Hell, he ain't going to do anything about any of the problems in this town.
The bartender's words are interrupted by the sound of the saloon doors quietly swinging open. He looks over at the door to see who's entered, and his face drops into a look of fear. We hear spurs jangling. The sound of 2 boots gingerly walking towards the bartender. That's when we see who it is. A bad man, 30s, all black, full beard, scowling and smoking a cigar.
Now, look here, I don't want any trouble.
Well, that's too bad, because you got trouble. The bad man takes his cigar out. He holds it over a cigar receptacle by the trash, and then flicks it purposefully over the bin.
Come on, man, don't be doing that.
Sorry, hombre. And he really stresses the word hombre in a particular word that really feels racist despite everyone involved being white. But I don't like to follow the rules. I tracked mud into your damn bar, and I parked my horse in a loading zone.
Oh, God damn it!
You got a problem? Why don't you call that sheriff of yours and we'll settle it?
You know as well as I do that the sheriff is a goddamn coward.
Correct. He's a fucking crybaby.
A real wuss.
He wouldn't do anything about this. Now I'm asking you nicely to please respect my establishment.
Oh yeah? Who's gonna fucking make me?
Well, that just might have to be me.
At the sound of another man's voice, the 3 of them all turn around to see a good man. Mid-30s, dressed in all white, but not like Bee Gees all white. It's more like a sort of dusty off-white, but clearly white enough that a film student can take note of it in an essay.
I did.
He's sporting stubble, a clear sign that his life is more together than any other man in the room. Oh yeah? And who the hell are you?
I have the same question.
Shut the hell up.
Hey, leave him alone.
No, I'm a bad man.
A few months ago, I stumbled into this town thinking I'd only stay for a couple days. Then I realized that this was a lawless land where crooks and criminals run rampant through the streets with a reckless abandon that I don't care for. Yeah, that's all because our sheriff sucks.
He's a real fucking sissy. Can't do shit.
A total yellow belly.
Wait, is that racist? Yellow belly?
I don't think so, but I hope so, because, you know, I'm
You're right.
bad
You're
guy.
a bad man. Well, if this is a town without law and order, then someone's gotta deliver it.
He picks up the cigar off of the floor and carries it over to the cigar receptacle, all while staring the bad man in the face. This angers the bad man.
Also, I moved your horse down a few feet so it wasn't in the loading zone no more.
You son of a bitch. Who do you think you are?
Well, if you're the bad man, I'm your balance, your equal. The polar opposite that cancels you out and brings things back to an even keel, sort of.
Good man's monologue is interrupted by the sound of the saloon doors opening once again. Everyone in the bar turns around to see Rick, mid-30s, truly awful mustache, dressed in a sickly combination of green and brown, with bright white boots, entering the bar, smiling.
Well, howdy, fellas.
The bartender rolls his eyes.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Howdy. And you are...
Well, I'm Ugly Rick. The ugliest damn man in this whole town. Being ugly is just my whole thing. I cut my hair into wacky shapes. I wear clothes that have been dyed to match an infant's diarrhea. And I got these boots from a traveling songstress that died in front of my house. She died because she looked at me and had a heart attack on account of the ugly.
Rick walks over to the counter and hops onto a stool.
And if you don't mind you guys, and I don't mind you guys calling me ugly, it's easily the adjective that describes me the most. So I don't take no offense to it or nothing.
This is our chicken shit sheriff, Rick.
Morning, cream puff.
Jellyfish little bitch boy.
No, I'm not. These guys, they're so playful with me. I'm not a chicken. That's not like... I may have been cowardly before, but that's not my thing. I'm ugly. That's how people know me, for being ugly.
I know you for being scared of everything in this town.
Well, that's a mistake, because I'm not scared of anything.
The bad man fake lunges at Sheriff Rick with a fist up, and Rick screams a sustained yelp of terror for a full 15 seconds while clutching his chest.
3, 4, 5, 6, 8,
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Oh, you didn't clutch your chest, Dan.
Oh, okay, let's
Can
take
we
it
run
from
that back?
Yeah, let's just one more time.
Oh, good Lord. I told you. Namby-pamby.
I thought he was going to kill me.
Of course you did, you big wuss.
I already said that one.
Oh, you did? The bad man pulls out a thesaurus and starts rifling through it.
Now, look here. You guys have all been mean to me for so long just because I get scared sometimes, and I'm sick of it. You should be nice to me, because I can send you to jail.
Well, you should be nice to all people regardless of their power. That's the only way to live in a just society.
Well, you sound like a huge nerd.
Yeah, I'm generally on your side here, but that was a lame-ass thing to say.
Schlemiel. He's a schlemiel.
What is that?
It means idiot. It's Yiddish, right?
Yeah, I think so. Never heard it before, which makes sense given how few Jewish people inhabit this here populace. And as a bad man, I obviously support that, but boy, does it expose some of my cultural failings at times.
Whatever. Look, I'm rebranding from here on out. No more calling me Rick the Coward, or Chicken Rick, or Crybaby Rick, or Lily Liver Rick. From now on, I am Ugly Rick. I'm ugly, goddammit. I'm the ugliest man in the entire fucking town, and nobody can take that away from me.
Everybody turns to the bartender, who rolls his eyes and sighs begrudgingly.
Okay. Whatever you say, Ugly Rick.
Rick smiles warmly, feeling accepted.
Thank you. Now can I please get a drink?
Sure thing. How about we all just calm down and take a shot? Then we can get back into this whole fight you two were doing, or whatever.
The bartender tosses a shot glass of whiskey down the counter, which startles Rick, who flails wildly and sends it flying into the wall.
Oh, jeez.
Jesus Christ, man!
He sent it too fast. You saw it. He threw it at me.
And that's the good and bad and the ugly, I'm sure of it.
Everybody, there we go. That was Demi Adejuwibe. He has never seen The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I hope you guys like the clip. I think those are pretty fun to do. I enjoy doing them. And now, I guess we're gonna watch another one because we got a guest coming up here. Our next guest is very funny. You know him because everyone's been typing his initials here in the podcast. I'm definitely not stalling while I queue up a clip because I don't know how to use the tech. We're going to watch this clip and then I'll get him out here real quick. Please, everybody, enjoy this clip of Dan Van Kirk.
Hip-hop.
Daddy, we need to get out of here.
Are you kidding me? This is the coolest thing I've ever been a part of.
Oh, I see we have some new students in class. Sup?
Sup? Ma'am?
I bet you normally sit on a chair the front way, like everyone else. But not in this class. In this class, you turn that chair around and sit on it backwards. You know why? Because that's hip-hop.
Right. I got it.
Nice, Bob.
Okay, everybody. There's gonna be some profanity coming at you, so cover your ears if you can't handle the beat.
Nah.
Well, why are you saying that?
Nah.
Is there a problem? I'm just trying to tie my shoe.
That's not hip-hop. Peep my feet.
Your shoes are untied.
That's hip-hop.
Okay, good to know.
People call me Flip Swat Fudge.
They do?
You think you could just come up in my mom's class and learn how to dance?
Wait, Shelly's your mom?
She's your mom. No, she's my mom.
Look, I'm just trying to learn how to dance as a gift from my wife for Valentine's Day.
Well, that's actually incredibly sweet.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But if you want to hip-hop, you gotta prove yourself. We're gonna hip-hop dance battle.
Is everything all right here?
Sort of. Your son, Flip's White Fudge, is trying to battle us.
Flips. We've talked about this.
Nah, Mom, this is what you taught me. If it's not hip-hop, then it's not hip-hop. If they want to learn from you, they gotta battle me.
Well, he really won't give this up unless you battle him, so I guess you guys are battling.
We can do this. We can beat this guy.
Teddy, we don't know any hip-hop.
Yes, we do. It's inside us.
Now untie your shoes, B-word.
Let's do this, right after we stretch out.
Why did I come here?
Yo, it's battle time. Drop that beat, Mom. You scared, mustache?
Yes. Is this it? I can't tell if he started yet.
I'm gonna Janet Jackson this. Oh, Flip.
Sweetie, are you okay?
I got my lips stuck in my braces. Well, I'm injured now, so I guess you guys won the battle.
Okay.
Ma, it's time to teach these LL Fool J's how to dance.
Hey, Chloe, these are from my...
Pants.
Why are you two acting weird? What's going on?
All right, everybody, please give it up. Although I do want to watch Bob and Teddy dance around a little bit more. For Daniel Van Kirk. Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
Look at that. I think the audio's working.
Thanks.
Oh, yeah, there it is popping up. Okay,
cool.
Dan, so I've been doing, to bring everybody out, I've been doing boast jokes. We're reintroducing Boast Rattle. I think it's a good time. I'm going to be running the show here on Twitch as its full show.
Okay.
But I want to do some boast jokes about you to your digital face real quick since we don't get to see each other. Here we go. So boast jokes, no graphic. We'll work on that. Boast jokes about Daniel Van Kirk. Daniel Van Kirk, you guys see him over here. Dave Van Kirk has podcasts. He's a great stand-up album. He's been on TV. He's a real Renaissance man without the smallpox or leprosy. Dan is so attractive that to this day, Aaron Hernandez is still writing him letters from jail.
Oh, and I write back.
They call Daniel Van Kirk the Lee Harvey Oswald of comedy. They both have 3 names, and they're here to blow your mind.
Oh, I'll take credit for that too, dude.
Oh, man. Thank you. Those are Daniel Van Kirk. How are you doing? How are you holding up?
I'm good. Can I give you one?
Yeah. We're more than
Kyle
welcome.
Ayers is such a nice guy. If I ever make any movies, he'll see all of them.
Oh, and he's such a nice guy. He won't even say he was hoping you would say be in them.
Yeah, I would love it if you were in them.
Thanks for being here. So what's look at you have a microphone. You're already in the top % of people we've ever had on the show.
Oh, well, you know me. I've got my own little studio myself here over at my place.
Sometimes I like to lever this thing up.
Yeah.
Then it looks like I'm a real Twitch guy if it's just barely in the frame here.
Sliver of it. Yeah.
So
I've just been keeping busy.
Yeah. What do you I mean, you're in Los Angeles, I think, right?
I am.
You're hanging out here. We're all stuck. Are you how are you passing the time aside from comedy stuff?
So would you count podcasting as that in that stuff?
I would.
The daily or the nightly podcast called The Good Night Show.
I love it. Also, great graphic.
Thanks. CM Dugan. You can follow him at CM_Dugan. He's a great guy, comedy fan based out of Minneapolis. He did that for me. And one of the guys from BoJack Horseman did the music that you hear on The Good Night Show. So I got That's lucky.
Great.
Yeah. So that's been keeping me busy. And then obviously Sklar's and I watched Tiger King and I hated every second of it. And then we also Rory and I still doing. I know. I just hate that documentary.
We were just about to talk about something, and then I was like, oh, we were talking about what we would do if we had enough money. We were talking about H. John Benjamin.
Yeah.
And I bring him up a lot on basically everything I do because he lives in the world as you do, and people were talking about related to him. If you don't know H. John Benjamin, he was the can of corn in Wet Hot American Summer.
The voice of Archer,
the voice of Bob from Bob's Burgers, which is incredible to have the same voice for those two.
No.
I feel like they are very relatable characters, though, where it's like two people who really, really love their work and seem to think everyone else around them doesn't get it.
Right. Yeah, that's totally true. And now he has the meats.
Yeah. He's also he's the voice of Arby's. And we're talking about how if we just had enough money, we could finally just do all the stuff we kind of wanted to do.
Oh, because there's a bit that I want to do so bad, and now we can't because I can't go to New York City.
Yeah.
But I want to give it away because someday I'm going to get to do it. But I want to use a very popular song, and it sort of, I would be a liar if I didn't tell you that that great, remember that viral video, the longest viral video that everyone watched all of, Too Many Cooks. 14 minutes long, but everyone watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
That kind of inspired this idea, but I need so much money, or at least money I don't care about, to like.
You need either a lot of your own money or a little bit of money from a company that doesn't care.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So we get this bit done, and I was like, man, the bits we would do if money wasn't the problem.
So I have had this idea for a long time. Oh, you didn't tell us what the bit was, though. Or do you not want to tell us? Okay.
I don't want, because someday I promise I'll do it. Just remember, if it's me and a popular song from the 70s in New York City, you'll be like, oh, I remember when I talked.
I used to run a radio show during the day called the People's Free Public Radio, where I would play royalty-free music because it was all I could afford. And I would spin it like a regular DJ. Be like, next up, we got 35 seconds of birds. And then we got an airplane taking off, followed by trip-hop beats to study to. And it would just be that sort of thing. And I thought it was fun. No one listened, but I kept trying to raise money the entire time to play Miley Cyrus Wrecking Ball once.
How much do you remember how much it cost?
It was $7,500 to play it one time because you have to buy like a month thing, and you have to buy. Then I would have gotten other songs. It was basically I would have had to almost like register as a tiny radio station and get the whatever license it was to play this that included that from whatever it was. But it was $7,500, and I made $20, and I ended up giving it back to the person because I just wanted to play it once and have a party where I was legally allowed to play Miley Cyrus Wrecking Ball one time on the internet.
Right. But now if you had like Archer money, or just Arby's money, or just Bob's Burgers money, you could do that in a heartbeat and not even think about it. But then I wonder, would the bit lose something when you didn't have to work as hard to be able to play that song? If you could just like do a quick, Cash App.
I know. It just was this was like 4 or 5 years ago. And I would do the thing like Monday or Tuesday, similar to this, where I would have a couple guests on, but filling all of the time. Instead of like comedy and stuff, it would just be these downtimes of this royalty-free music because I thought it was so funny. And then I realized no one's going to listen to it because the music sucks. And I would just be like, yeah, here's some birds, here's, and then it would be all the royalty-free stuff that you could get like all over YouTube and stuff. And I put together these playlists, and I just wanted to play one licensed song so bad, and that song seemed like the funniest one you could raise money for.
Yeah. But like if you could pay a fee, would you like pay the money to do a bit during halftime of like an NBA game where you try to tell everyone that like you need to check everyone's tickets?
What I would love to do is okay, well, I've talked about this on here before, but I got asked to do a bit in the middle of a song one time for a jam band for like 5,000 people in Colorado. And they were just a jam band that I know through some charity, We Be Spelling, actually. And I think Alex might be in here, and we got to do this thing where this band asked us to come out and do spoken word in the middle of their song. And they're a jam band, so it's like
thought it would be funny.
They thought it'd be funny. It's like trance.
That's a lot of times people don't understand. Is like what you think is going to be funny, the audience is not. That doesn't mean I won't do it.
No, yeah,
I'm just letting you know.
And we didn't really want to do it. Alex did they wanted Alex to do like spoken word. And then they wanted me. He was like, do something funny. Go be funny. And I was like, you got to understand, everyone's on drugs. And no one wants comedy during music.
Dude, no one on drugs wants the vibe to change, period.
No, I did stand up.
It doesn't matter where you're doing drugs. Whatever context you are doing your drugs in, you want that vibe to stay the same.
Yeah,
especially if it's a jam band.
So 35 or 40 minutes into this giant show at this giant theater, we go and they wave Alex out, and he starts doing spoken word, and no one knows what's happening. And then he's waving me. This guy's like, his name's Vince. He's like 65 or 70, and he's like playing his fucking guitar and killing it. And everyone loves this band, and he plays me out. And I'm the only bit I could come up with to come out during music. I come out. This is in Denver. And so I come out, and I was like, hey, it's similar to the ticket taking thing. It's like, hey, just so you guys know, I work here at the theater. With the owner of a white Subaru Outback parked, funny enough, out back. I have a message. Please, your dog says the podcast is playing too loud. And everyone hated it so much. One guy audibly said, "What are you doing?" And so many people were so mad. And then I just had to keep repeating that for like a minute until they waved us off. And I was like, oh, nobody... But the guy in the band loved it more than anything. And nobody else liked it. People were so confused. Alex was in a suit, like doing spoken word, and then I'm in like a sweatshirt. None of us match. It was so bizarre. But I would love to go out at halftime of, let's say, a Lakers game and give an entire speech with my mic off. And see how long, like I'm on the big screens. Great. I'm on the big screens. I've clearly got a mic, and I'm just
Does it come in and out, or is it off the whole time?
Maybe comes in and out. I'm holding it, but then I pull up a briefcase of cash and I show it around to everybody, and then I close it, and then I start pointing and asking people, and then it says like check your ticket stub up top. You know what I mean? So people can, but none of the right information is coming out. And I'm like, look, this is just $1 million. If you're in seat, and it cuts out and it says check your ticket stub up top, and I have a briefcase of money, and it just keeps cutting in and out. And I was like, I guess if they're not going to take it, and then I light it on fire.
Oh, that's so
and I just burn the fake money in front of everybody at a Lakers game.
Oh, that's so good. I've always wanted to do a thing where like the guy goes to propose and the girl starts to propose at the same time. And then they can't sort out who's asking who to marry them. And it would get very mundane very quickly. Dude, John Doerr and I, okay, this is the thing. If we had money. So John Doerr and I at JFL Toronto last year, we did like a Sirius XM, the JFL like channel, like show together, whatever. And we got into a conversation about what is your Subway order. And we started riffing as though we, with the other people in the room, like because everybody has a specific Subway order, your specific chips or your drink or your size or whether or not you get onions, toasted, not obviously, we all know, right?
Yeah, I don't think anyone likes two things from Subway.
Right. So we were like, welcome to Subway. And then, because that's what they have to do when you walk in. And we would do this to people. And then we proceeded to do this at every after party and like bar after shows. And we would just pull people in like, welcome to Subway. What can we get for you? And then if one of us messed up, we would have to start over. Yeah. Then it went so far that we ended up doing it as a show at JFL with the audience, where we just walked out and said, welcome to Subway. How can I help you? And of course, a bit like this, there's like 20% of the audience gets it, but those are the people you love the most. Like you want to hang out with those people forever.
Yeah.
And it goes so far that if John Doerr and I had money, we would shoot a show. We've talked about this, where we would just have comics come into a Subway. We would say, welcome to Subway. And then we would really try and make their sandwich. We don't have any training, but no offense to those artists, but how hard can it be? And so then we would...
Someone in the chat said they worked there for one day.
Yeah. See, okay, maybe it's very hard. I don't know. And I hope that person...
I hope
that person did the old canoe cut, because that's the only way to get your Subway sandwich is the old school canoe cut. So we would just have we would have you on, and then you would promote whatever you're up to or talk about whatever project you're working on, or just whatever. They would be like, this is the only show that's perfect for Quibi. And of course, we'll never sell it to them. Yeah. But if we had money, John Doerr and I would just make this show ourselves called Welcome to Subway. Yeah. And the whole bit is us talking to our favorite comics about what they want at Subway.
I mean, my life goal is that once a month I'm allowed to put out a comedy special that isn't stand up, but it's just the thing I worked on that month. That would make me like, I don't want...
What's an example of that?
I want to run an open mic at the Hollywood Bowl. and it's 1,000
See, if you
performers.
had money, you could do this.
I know. Oh,
You just
I
rent the
reached
Hollywood.
out to them and they were like, "Hey, did you know the insurance is like $12,000 per performer?" And I was like, "I did not." I want 1,000 names in a bucket, and I want to be standing on stage at the Hollywood Bowl with a tiny guitar amp and a microphone plugged into it, and I want to be drawing the next name out of the bucket. I want to be putting up friends early who have other places to be. I want everyone to do 1 minute. I want 1,000 people to come from. Imagine in Los Angeles, there's 20,000 people who think they could perform at the Hollywood
But let
Bowl.
me ask you this. Kyle, you know that you can just go to the Hollywood, like people run those steps as part of their like some sort of like, you know, like Johnny B's boot camp or whatever. And like they go to the Hollywood Bowl, like what is stopping you from just doing an open mic, telling people that's where it's going to be and shooting it until they come and shut you down? Like people
I
go
guess
up-
the thing is that I'm holding on this hope that I can get someone like Adult Swim or a million of those. Remember when there were all those places like that? They all got like Jash and Super Deluxe. One of these places really jump on board and do the front money, because I think of a funnier half hour that you would get than
either way. I want you to
open invitation. Open invitation. And I think you could get people like, I would love to get like Sturgill Simpson to come up in the middle of an open mic at the Hollywood Bowl and be like, "Sorry, I just want to try out a new one real quick," or something like that. And then I'm lighting Sturgill Simpson. Like I think it'd be, I think about this sort of conceptual stuff that I would like to once a month have a show that is a half hour long where I just show the thing I did that month for a half hour.
I think that's phenomenal. And I really think you should never give up on this idea of the Hollywood Bowl open mic.
How fun would it be to cut off Bill Burr's mic because he went over?
Right. Sorry, man. You just have Avery Pearson play him off.
Right.
But, like, you've done the store, like you've done potluck at the store,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's people, I don't know if everybody understands, like the store is right now the best comedy club in terms of just like lineup and everything, and so many other reasons as well. But there are people who go up at potluck.
So explain to them what like potluck is like. It's like
you get there at 6 o'clock.
Yes.
And well, you really need to get there about 5:30 because now it's 250 people trying to do this. You get 16 spots. You write your name down. They quote unquote randomly, because there's a few people that they know who they are and they're going to give them a spot, which is how it should work. This is a meritocracy. So they give out 16 spots, and then the list goes up at like 6:45, and then at 7 o'clock they just run through the 16 spots that they gave away for that week's open mic. They call it potluck. And there are people, you've probably seen them too. I've seen people go up there and not say a single word for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
They don't say anything. And I'm like, whatever, you go do you be you. But do you realize you just took this spot away from somebody who maybe really had something to say?
Yeah.
So if you really was an open mic and you got some people who are like, get the fuck off the stage, and then you compared that with like Sturgill or
That's
Burr,
what I think is so funny. You could get 20 people who could sell out the bowl themselves to be in the 1,000. How funny would it be? I would like to cut away the entire time to someone who doesn't get drawn, who is so famous. I would love to just have someone so famous waiting to go up the entire time and not get to go up. Yeah, like have Ben. Yeah, exactly. Like have Ben Stiller sitting there with his notebook, waiting to go up.
Or like Odenkirk, like have somebody like Odenkirk and just have Odenkirk be like, "Well, fuck this.
I finally want to get back into comedy. Yeah, I guess I'll go back and be a lawyer on which I have to watch the finale to Better Call Saul. That's such a tangent.
Don't tell me.
That's I haven't watched it. Oh, I love it. But I think this is one of my favorite ideas.
I did set list with Odenkirk one night, and it's like, dude, just please go up like as much as you want all the time.
I
just
know.
Please.
I know.
But yeah,
sometimes you
have
see
somebody like him who's just like, well, I guess I'm like, how great? What if you got Steve Martin? I mean,
yeah,
come on, we're
to
gonna
not go up.
Yes. So you've got him, and he's like, well, I guess I'm getting bumped. Fuck this.
I would love it. I would love it to be. The ultimate goal is Steve Martin is sitting there and we cut to him 20 times and he never gets called. And then the last name is Martin Short. And Martin Short gets to come up and do something. But you haven't even seen him the whole time. And so you just call Martin Short and he walks by Steve Martin, knocks his notebook and all of his shit out of his hands and walks on stage and does Steve Martin jokes for a minute and kills and gets off stage.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah. I love this idea.
I know it was. I tried getting a hold of them. It's just they're now. It's like no. You know what I mean? When's the next time the world is gonna? I feel like when we're allowed to go to the Hollywood Bowl again, it's gonna be a while till they have downtime.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, everybody's gonna be lined up. But if we can dream, like right now, while we're all living in this stuff, to be able to daydream about something like that feels whatever percentage of it feels as good as actually doing it. I'll take.
Yeah. I know it would be, but that's kind of where I live. Is like if I had all the money, or if people gave me the keys. Do you know what I mean? Like at this point, I don't think anyone's gonna give Jordan Peele notes on a script. Do you know what I mean? Like if you can just do the thing to get the keys.
Yeah, I know. What would you do? What would you do if you knew you could afford to fail?
Oh my God. I mean,
that's what they need to change it to. Now, what would you do if you knew you wouldn't fail? What would you do if you knew you could afford
the
to
amount
fail?
of things that I have in that list is so absolutely insane. That is like, that's my biggest note is what would I do if I could do some sort of, if no one stopped what my special would be every month. I would love that so much.
I would love it too.
Well,
I want someone to give you the cart.
Look, guys, the donate button's right below.
So you should do it.
Imagine if a notification popped up that said, so-and-so has donated $1 million.
And it was the Hollywood Bowl.
Oh, PayPal gets so excited about that fee.
I hope that person would hit you up on the side. I know people do donate. You probably don't plug this enough, and maybe you do.
I hate doing it.
They're sick of it. But dude, you work so hard on this. You've put it all together yourself, and there are a lot of people who love comedy, and this gives them a break. And if they're looking for a way to be able to ensure that they keep getting this stuff, I know that all the money that you send to Kyle Ayers goes to Kyle Ayers, and I bet actually not all of it does. Now that I say that, I bet a lot of it goes back into the things that you want to keep doing. So
yeah, that's pretty much where it all goes.
Yeah. So if you have a couple extra bucks, it can go a long way for somebody who's just doing it on their own. And if you can't, then just come here for the entertainment, because we're doing it for that too.
Just come and hang out as well. Yeah, I like when people are here. This is so fun. It's fun seeing people, same people every day, hanging out. I like talking to people. It's nice to see comedians, even if we are far away and distant socially. Yeah, I mean, all right, we gotta learn a little bit about you. We have a game called 10 rapid fire questions with our guest, and then maybe 10 more rapid fire questions up to 4 more times. Oh crap, it's 50 rapid fire questions. You're gonna
try my best.
Give me a number 1 to 50, and I'm going to ask you questions, and we'll just go. You're just choosing the number for where you start on our list of questions, and whenever you're ready.
Start at the number 11.
11. All right, here we go. I think the music's playing now. It sounds like it is. All right, question number 11. If you could change your name, would you?
I already did.
Oh, hey, someone cheered. I don't even know what that does. But a little triangle is going crazy on the screen. Thank you for cheering. Awesome. Super fun time, Force Go. I love the graphics. That's why I like Twitch. It makes me happy when they pop up. If you subscribe to the show, it's a GIF of me on Conan unveiling the CAPTCHA code, but it says thank you instead of the CAPTCHA. Here we go.
So I already did.
Question 11. You already did. There we go. Question 12. How old do you think I am?
I think that you are 34 years old.
Nope. Question 13. What is your favorite chain restaurant?
Cheesecake Factory.
Question 14. What film bad guy do you align with the most?
Oh, obviously John Lithgow and Ricochet.
Obviously. Everyone, let's say it at the same time. John Lithgow, and I forgot the name of the movie already.
Ricochet.
I've never even heard of that movie.
Oh, I saw it once. For some reason, I just never forgot it because my grandma had the VHS next to her TV for years.
Oh, man. I remember one time my neighbors, this is true, my neighbors who I think barely know me, got me Face Off on VHS as a Christmas gift, which clearly someone gave to them and they didn't want it. And then I loved it. And it's one of my favorite movies. All right, next question. What's a road or a street that pops into your head when you think about roads or streets?
Ooh, White. I was going to say White Lake Lane, but yeah, we'll stick with that.
Okay. I would say that's a good answer because it's the thing you were going to say.
Oh, thank you.
Next one. What's a word that you love?
Cool.
Cool. Next question. Do you think it? Oh, wait. Next question. How many Bluetooth devices do you think you own?
I'm just gonna guess 3.
3. Next question. How many songs should an album have on it, ideally?
14.
Do you drink enough water?
No.
What board game makes you the most competitive?
Probably maybe Apples to Apples.
Are there any companies whose ads or online presence you truly hate?
Yeah. Cars for Kids.
You just ruined everyone's day by reminding them it exists.
No, hey, I'm not singing it.
I know.
That's an instant radio turnoff.
What YouTube video always makes you laugh?
The reenactment of John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell doing David Bowie and Bing Crosby. I think
So funny.
Drummer Boy. Yeah.
I always laugh at when you say reenactment. Do you remember on what was that? Aziz Ansari and Paul Scheer and Rob Hubel had that sketch show on MTV. Human Giant had that sketch about a reenactment of an office shooting, and a shooting happens while they're shooting the reenactment of the office shooting.
That show is
underrated. So funny. I think it is too. That show basically had 30 sketches, and 20 of them are incredible. And that's such a crazy that and Amy Schumer's show had such a high percentage of really, really funny stuff.
Oh my God, yeah.
And weren't on that long. I mean, Key and Peele is great. This is gonna sound crazy, people, but I've never really seen Chappelle's show, but I know it's great.
Oh my God, Kyle. Key and Peele's I Said Bitch skit, whatever sketch you want to call it, is so fucking good. And you know what else? One of their like teaser sketches they launched before it came out, and it ended up being a very popular one, is the two of them standing on the corner waiting to cross the street at the same time. Is perfect.
I think that is probably the highest. Perfect. That's probably the highest hit percentage of any sketch show ever, if we're being honest, is Key and Peele, where I think it's like 95% of them are so funny that you would never question putting them on TV.
One other thing I thought of, I just want to give an honorable mention to. I don't know if you've ever seen it. There's a YouTube video clip of this guy in all white trying to sell a car. And he's like, and he just keeps saying, you probably know it, but he keeps saying, would you look at it? Look at it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my God, dude. Google the would you look at it guy. And so he's like trying to sell this car, and this just, unassuming civilian is looking at it, and he's just like, look at it. Would you look at it?
I always thought a fun game to play on here would be act out your favorite YouTube video, and we try and guess what it is.
That's good. That's really good.
And we'd see someone called him Ed Bassmaster, I think is.
Yes, that's it. Look at it? I mean, look at it.
All right.
So good.
That's so good. We're going to start that. We're going to start. Here's some games that I had in the docket that I wanted to play. Okay. One is act out your favorite YouTube video. One is what emoji is Kyle trying to make under his coronavirus mask. We got a couple of other ones hovering around, but I think those are good. All right, here we go. How did you spend the money from your very first job?
I bought my first car, a 72 Chevelle.
Right. Ooh, a Chevelle. My neighbor was a big Chevelle guy.
Now, you want to talk about bits with dreams? I don't know if it counts as a bit, though it's not entirely responsible. If I had money, I would buy that car again.
Yeah.
It's like a dream of mine to own a 72 four-door Chevelle. Yes.
I know. I would do the same thing. Oh, thank you, Legionnaire Blitz, for the donation.
Thanks,
that puts you in the spelling bee, too. We're doing a spelling bee on Saturday. Our top six donors get to be in the spelling bee with everyone else.
Who's hosting it with you?
It's called Weeby Spelling. So it's actually the reason I was in Denver for that show. That was we did a spelling bee. We do these spelling bees for charity. This guy Alex Greer, who was in here watching the show a lot, he hosts the spelling bee. I'm the words and definitions guy.
Oh, so you're a part of the spelling?
Yeah, I'm like awesome. I give you the word, I make up a definition and that sort of thing as we go along.
I love. What time is that gonna get on?
5 Pacific. You can probably spell if you want to. I could probably make that call here if you want to be a speller.
Let's talk about it. I'm pretty sure I'm open, but either way, I'm gonna watch it.
Okay, it's gonna be so fun, and you can like sabotage spellers if you donate during it. Basically, they have to spell the word backwards, or they have to act it out YMCA style into their thing. It's fun. So that's Saturday. Okay, but thank you. That put you in the spell. Whoever did that donation, Legionnaire Blitz. That's a cool name. That got you in the spelling bee.
Yeah.
All right. What is the worst fashion trend you participated in?
Jinkos.
Jinkos, man, a lot of it.
You get that a lot?
Yeah. Will was baggy cargos. I could never.
You know what though? I take it. It's a runner up for like casual blazer with graphic tee.
Yes, I call that I call that style. That's mine. I call that I own Rounders on DVD look.
Dude, I love a Bronx Tale.
Yeah, I remember I had a blazer with just a hoodie hood zipped into it that I got when I worked at Macy's.
I had a corduroy blazer I bought at Filene's basement. I wore a graphic tee. One of them said everything is dirtier in the South, and I had fake dog tags.
Oh, I was Big Dog's t-shirt under the blazer guy.
Okay. And you know which fashion trend I'll never regret is Big Johnson t-shirts or co-ed naked volleyball. Kyle, I have this thing I've been wanting to do for years. I feel like you and I could put it together. It's called a Never Been Cooler party, and everyone dresses in the version of themselves where they thought they were the coolest, but obviously now look horrible. So that could be when you're 16. It could be when you were 26.
That's so fun.
Just like, what is the most regrettable time for you, fashion-wise, that you thought you were the coolest?
Can we be sponsored by pants that zip off into shorts?
Yes.
That'd be fun. That'd be a fun Zoom fashion show too. Everyone puts
100%.
together what they have. We
Dude,
put it in.
I'm gonna do it when we're all done. I promise I will put together.
That's
a
so fun.
Cooler party. And,
all right,
dude, me and that blazer. Oh, and you know what? Boot cut jeans, black dress shoes.
Oh, I would always have carpenter jeans and like be like, what am I gonna? I gotta have a hammer.
Right.
That's so fun. That's so
I hate
fun.
myself for that.
I would never have. I worked at Macy's for a while. I sold women's shoes, and
I worked it. Well, it became a Macy's, but
what was it? Mine was Jones Store.
Oh, mine was Marshall Fields.
Oh, those I think were both owned by the May company that got bought by Macy's.
Yes. Yeah.
We were sister stores.
What were you gonna say though? I'm sorry.
I would sell women's shoes there, and all my clothes were from there, and that's where I had all these weird like, what's that guy who used to be married to Jennifer Lopez?
Oh, Mark Anthony.
Mark Anthony brand blazers with hoodie lines and stuff like that, and wear those all the time. That was what I was wearing for a long time, and a lot of the ties that are so skinny up here and so fat down here, it's almost like a clown tie.
Yeah.
Oh man, I had one Mark Anthony shirt that I had from high school until probably last year because it was so comfortable. Anyways,
they're great. Everyone knows his brand is great.
Next question: what do you want to happen to your body after you die?
Rory and I talked about this on an episode of Pen Pals, and I think the thing I liked the most was it's not cremation, but it's essentially the same thing happens to your body, but they do it with water over time, and it like brings you down to dust, and it's not as like bad for the environment. But I also heard maybe it causes a lot of energy. And then there was like some sort of like there was a thing of like you being put back into the ground, and you essentially become vegetation again.
I would like to become a tree. That would be fun.
Yeah, one of those two options I'd be down for.
It would suck if you became a tree and your tree sucked.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I was probably like 3 or 4, and I helped my dad plant a tree. And we have a tree house in our backyard, and I planted a tree that was supposed to grow so big we could expand the tree house into it, kind of. You know, it's right next to it. And that tree right now is about 5 feet tall, and it has been 26 years. My brother, who is 10 years younger than me, when he was 3 or 4, just planted some little tree down by our fence, and that tree now could support its own treehouse. It is so huge. One time my dad was telling me he went out to look at the trees, and he goes, and he looked at my tree, and a deer was eating it. That's how small my tree is a deer thought it was just a bush.
That's your next album, A Deer Ate My Tree.
A deer, yeah, deer ab tree. Okay.
There you go.
All right, here we go. Do you think people should have to retake their driver's test at any point in their life after age 16?
Yes, and I think in some states you do.
Okay. Will was a vehement no because he said then he would have to and he wouldn't pass.
Fair enough.
All right, we got two more. What movie do you think most deserves a sequel?
I initially want to say White Oleander, but man, I would love to see a sequel to Stand By Me, my favorite movie of all time.
It could just be called like, all right, now sit down next to me.
Yeah. Come over here.
Let's take a little rest.
Come back here. Come back here again.
I'm so tired. So many sequels would just be called, I'm so tired.
Right.
Mike Kaplan had this post up today of prequels that no one knew about, and it was like stuff you just can't. And the funniest thing was called "What Are You Doing This Summer?"
That's great.
I mean, I laughed so hard at that. What are you?
It's perfect. What are you doing this summer?
All right, we talked about best sequel names when you were on Never Seen It, if I remember, and it became like a thing that people step up to the streets that people still argue about sometimes.
Really? Remember because it was on your. I had the epiphany, the realization,
of Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again was one thing.
Lost on me until you showed me the light.
Yeah. Last one. What conspiracy theory do you maybe sort of kind of believe?
JFK. That's so easy though.
Yeah.
I'm not really into like chemtrails.
Yeah.
I'll get into them if somebody wants to talk to me about it for 3 hours and I can't go anywhere else.
Yeah, that'd be a fun podcast called Cornered at a Party, where they come on and they just tell you what they would talk about if they had you cornered at a party.
Dude, there's a guy who we have a little shack of a cottage in Wisconsin. My family has had it for over 30 years. And we aren't on the lake. We share like a lake. It's like a co-op.
Yeah.
And so the cool thing about that is, one, it's always really nice. And I actually like getting to meet people, which is we can get dark. That's one of the reasons this time is very hard on me.
Yeah.
I'm a very more the merrier type of person. And so there's a guy who comes down there and you just know, like, you almost have to like let him attack one of the herd. Like he gets to take on one of the gazelle, and then that person's gone for 3 hours because he's just going to talk about chemtrails with them.
Right. It's I mean, you will always I was on tour with these bands, and it was so fun. And then a little ways in, I mean, not even a little ways, like 2 days left, someone was like, oh, you know, that guy over there is a flat earther. Like just one of the dudes in one of the bands. And I was like laughing, and they're like, no, but for real, like if you're ever one-on-one with him, it'll come up. And I was like, oh my God, what?
Yeah, that's nice. But I'm very gregarious. You know this about me, but I also have no problem getting like, I will call shit out with people.
Yeah.
So I've said to that guy, I'm like, hey man, this sounds like a really interesting conversation, but see those people, I'm really down here to hang out with them, so I can't talk to you anymore.
Yeah.
And I'll just shut it down.
What is
and then he thinks I'm like in the CIA. Like,
right.
Right.
Oh man,
he didn't want to hear the truth because he knows it.
Yeah, I love that's so crazy when it's just like rationalizing it that way. Like this guy legally had to walk away from me. They're like, you have to tell me if you're a cop if I ask you.
Well, Kyle, once I tell them that I used to be a federal agent, which is the truth, then the whole now they'll stay away from me completely because they think I'm gonna send some like
right
people to their house in the middle of the night.
You should continually adjust your like lapel when they're talking to you, or be like, can you say that in my chest a little bit?
I know. There's times I wish I still had my badge because then all I'd have to do is show that. We don't even have to.
Or not even show it. Just have it in your back pocket when you walk away.
Yeah, just hanging out in the back like a little handkerchief that's inviting you to a party.
Well, hey, this has been very fun. We're winding things down for the day. I appreciate you coming.
Oh, thanks for having me. I'll do this anytime you want.
Come back whenever you want, and we can definitely do it. I like having more guests on for 45 minutes than having less guests on for an hour and a half each, if that makes sense.
No, I completely understand.
It's a little easier for everybody. The computer holds up better when you get to refresh Zoom.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you coming on, everyone. Please give it up for Dan Van Kirk, and tell him anything you got, where to find the podcast and all that sort of stuff.
Sure. You can still listen to Dumb People Town. It drops on Tuesdays. And then Rory Scoville and I have a podcast called Pen Pals that comes out on Wednesdays. We just read your letters. It's your podcast. We just talk about it. And then I have my own show that kind of worked out well with this time we're all living in. It's called The Good Night Show. Episodes are only around 20 minutes. It drops Monday through Friday. And it's meant to be a break, to much like what you're doing, buddy. Just give yourself an escape to not be upset, hopefully, for a little while and think about something else. And yeah, people can check out Thanks Diane wherever you listen to comedy albums. I appreciate that. If you ever want to buy a hard copy, go to danielvankirk.com, and the hard copy is a deck of cards with a download code.
That's super cool.
Album. Oh, thanks, buddy. And also, I just want to tell you, man, I love you. I think you're great. I cannot wait until you and I can partake in a cocktail again and give each other a big hug. You're one of the good ones.
Thanks,
and all the
man.
stuff that you're creating, I hope people see the value in it that I do and keep supporting you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It is nice to make some sort of, I've tried to pivot away from the social distancing phrase because it became so commonplace.
I hate just saying it. If anything, I'll say distant socializing.
Well, you know, because I have twitch.tv/social distancing.
Yeah.
And I can't change it. They don't let you change your name very often. But since I made this and started doing this kind of early, have I seen The Daily Show taking it and doing the same bits? Yeah. No, I don't. But I knew it would become so commonplace that now there's like 80 things. And I'm like, well, that's not what I wanted to do. I just thought, I didn't know that word would become the vernacular for what time.
Yeah. No, I totally get it.
But thank you.
I love it, man. The content is great.
Thank you. I hope you're back soon. And I hope that you're healthy and that we get to be in the same non-digital room. Sometime this year, right?
Awesome.
I appreciate you. Bye.
All right, thanks, brother. Bye.
Everyone's gonna hang out while I kick you from the video. Oh, he left on his own. Look at that, folks. Right out of here. I appreciate y'all. Look at that. That was a fun one. What a fun day. We could get some music going for the end of it here, I think. They were great. They were so great. How's everyone? We're wrapping up. This is a good end of the day song, I think. I think we can quit out of Zoom. I think I can end the meeting for everybody in the Zoom. I appreciate everyone's donations and stuff today. We, down below, remember, Spelling Bee on Saturday. Donate, subscribe. You can gift a subscription. I think you might be able to re-up. A lot of people who got here early on, they might be up soon. I don't know. I'm not sure. There's even tiers of subscriptions. So if you do a tier 2, that's 10 points instead of 1, or instead of 5, and that sort of thing. And then just whoever gets the most in there. Obviously, we're gonna be splitting that money with Alex doing the spelling bee with us on Saturday. So our top getters will be in the B. It looks like we got a couple new people in the B as of today. I will update the leaderboard below. You can donate at any time, and I'll update the board. But mostly we just want to have fun, and the spelling bee is so fun to do, and we miss doing it. And I'm excited to do it. Thank you guys so much. Look at that. Thank you, Super Fun Time Forsco. That combined, that's going to put you way out in front. That's a 30-pointer right here or something like that. I don't remember exactly. We'll go back and look. Thank you for subscribing. Thanks for following the show. Tomorrow, we got Never Seen It with Langston Kerman. We can actually look right now and see what movies Langston said he was thinking about doing. Rebel Without a Cause, Vertigo, Gigli, Single White Female, Me, Earl and the Dying Girl, and Les Mis. Maybe we ask Langston to do Les Mis. But Langston will be here tomorrow doing Never Seen It. This is some days. This is Andy Frasco as well. Vertigo would be good too. Julia Rossi's going to be here tomorrow. We have Ben Vinograd from Big Something who's going to give me a how to drum from home lesson. And it's going to be fun. But it feels like a good one. And we'll be doing Never Seen It with Julia and Langston. Langston will be writing something. And then we'll be hanging out. We got before and afters, perfect movie, and all that'll be tomorrow. Feels good, right? I hope everyone has a good Tuesday. Good rest of your Tuesday. Remember the spelling bee. Oh, and remember we got The Godfather. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. There it is. I can't even... What the heck did I just do? We got The Godfather coming up on Friday. You put that there. I don't know where to make it go to look good. I've never seen The Godfather. I'm going to be reading the whole script on Friday. Twitch.tv. You know where it's at. It's here. I thought about streaming it somewhere else, but it's fun to chat with everybody. We'll be doing that. Tommy McNamara is going to be scoring the entire thing this Saturday. Or this Friday. We got a lot going on this week. Wow. We got before and afters that we're trying to do them there or Never Seen It thing. So we're going to do it for Never Seen It. And, yeah. This seems like a nice Tom with the song winding down to finish. Thank you for following the show, Green Thumb. I appreciate it. Everyone can follow. Everyone, that's free. You can subscribe for free as well if you have Amazon. I'm going to contact the Maltons right after this, actually, and see if they might want to promote that. Because I thought it'd be funny to have them make a little intro video for it. I love y'all. Everyone stay safe. We're getting out of here. Donate and stuff below if you want to get in the spelling bee. You can donate on behalf of someone else too if you want them to get in the spelling bee. And we will we'll see everyone later. Look at this. Look at that one. A new one in there. Let's drop that sign. Ooh.